The big local election results, and I tweeted this. Reform UK's 30,000 votes cost Andy Street the West Midlands mayoralty to a Labour candidate who scraped home by 1,500 votes. Be careful what you wish for. Here he is, Richard Tice. So your lot cost Andy Street the West Midlands.
Do you not believe in competition, Andrew? I mean, competition's a good thing, isn't it?
But I think, hang on, you haven't let me finish. I think he was a good man. I think you probably agree.
No, I don't, actually.
Oh.
No, the reality is he was pro-HS2, which is a massive white elephant, cost the country tens of billions of pounds, OK? So, no, on that basis alone, he deserved to be fired. And, look, the reality is we believe in competition. So the Tories used to believe. Andy Street thinks the party needs to go to the left. Forget that. Why do you think it's doing so badly? Because it's a socialist party. It's just like the Labour Party.
But what do you know about the Labour guys? One now.
Look, I'm not pro any of them. Frankly, they're both awful. They're both forms of socialism.
Your mind only got 30,000 votes. Pathetic. Not even 3%.
But you're now complaining that we stop... Either you believe in competition, Andrew, or you don't. Let's move to Blackpool South, shall we?
3%.
Blackpool South, we got...
What do you get in London? What do you get in London?
We got a London Assembly member for the first time.
Right.
OK? So, you know, and that's under proportional representation, which, of course, is a much better, fair electoral system.
Well, you're never going to get
most
that.
nations... Well, most nations in the Western world have that because it's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, we share first past the post with Belarus. Not great company, Andrew, is it? Let's be honest. So, no, we're delighted with the results. First Assembly member and Blackpool South, that was our highest ever. We got within 60 people of beating the Tories into third place. So it's happening whether you like it or not.
Turn out 30%.
That's right, and we'd love many more people to vote. But the reality is you deal with the situation in front of you. And we made great progress there. We're heading upwards. In the north...
UKIP got more votes at the same stage of the
after 20 years of trying.
Yeah.
We've been there 3 years. Right. In Sunderland, in Barnsley, we're now second to Labour.
So
in the north...
the difference
hear me out. In the north, in the locals, we're now the party of opposition to Labour. The Tories are sinking. You may not like it, but the Tories are sinking, and we're surging.
The Tories deserve to sink because they've been useless. The point is they did so well UKIP last time, Nigel Farage. If you'd had Nigel Farage on the ticket, much as I love you, Richard, you'd have done a lot better. You'd have done a lot better.
And it's very exciting because Nigel's got a big decision to make, hasn't he?
Well, why isn't he going to make it?
Well, time is ticking by. Yeah. He'll make a decision in due course. You know, there's lots of opportunities.
Didn't see him rushing to embrace your results the other day.
Oh, I think he was thrilled with the results, but obviously he was in America, doing things in America, and
he's more interested.
As you know, he's a very fine broadcaster, so he's our honorary president.
Which area were you disappointed in your performance? In which area in the country would you say, I thought we'd have done better there?
We're delighted everywhere because almost everywhere.
Tice, you can't be delighted everywhere.
Almost everywhere.
What about Howard Cox in London Mayor?
Yeah,
Howard. Disappointing.
Well, Howard got squeezed in the desperation to get rid of Sadiq Khan, which failed. But we're delighted we got an Assembly member, and I think in the locals we're within a whisker of our national polling average. All the media said we never did that. Well, we did. In Blackpool South, we beat it. So actually, no, we're making progress.
What happened in Hartlepool? This is where you're standing. What happened in Hartlepool? Labour crushing victory for Labour in Hartlepool. Yeah, what happened to reform in Hartlepool?
Because the Tories should have stood down and let us win the seats, but they didn't. You see, they're now splitting the vote because they're toxic.
Well, you're not standing down for the Tories, so why would they stand down for you?
Why should we stand down?
Well, why should they stand for you? Why should they stand down for you?
Because they failed. They betrayed the country. They've allowed mass immigration. They're pro-net zero. They're pro all the policies that are destroying our economy, killing our jobs, killing our communities like Port Talbot. They're on the way down.
If that was a general election, you'd have probably lost your deposit, Richard, in Hartlepool.
Nonsense.
How many of your councillors are going to be your candidates for MP?
Really good question. I'll have to come back to you on that.
I know, it's probably a bit of a...
I have lots of data in here, but that's not one of them.
Sorry, I don't expect to know the figure off the top of your head. But how many of them are now...
So we didn't stand...
enthused to go forward, and how many of them are demoralised?
Oh, I would say lots are enthused. So we stood about 300 councillors.
And you've got two
in the general.
How many councillors have you got now?
One of which was a Tory council.
How many councillors have you got now, Richard?
I'd have to check because we've had.
I think it's two.
No, nonsense. We've had lots of defections, and you wait before the general election. There'll be
how many
lots
did you
more
win last week? It was two.
We won two from the Tories.
There's a great result there. Two councillors they won last week.
Yeah, because we were a dodgy first past the post system.
And we've got 2 seconds, Richard Tice.